which I'm going to start right now. I'm recording. And then anything I say, I will send in that Google Drive like I did the last time. Do you remember how to do that?
So wait, I don't know if I've checked on that yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, just so everybody knows, I record our Zoom meetings, and then that way, if you needed to go back and see what we did at the Zoom meeting, kind of like when we do our YouTube videos that I make, you can go back and look at our Zoom meeting and see what we covered, and so you could look at it. Okay? Now, today's assignment is combining what we did on number 1 through number 10. Okay? And it's adding one extra little deal. So I'd like to go through at least 2 of our rows of problems today. And then if we have to, I'll go through another one so that we can get going. All right? Now, if you are at page 176 and 177, you can see on 177 that, I don't know what color that is. It's the colored box. It's got a kind of a tan, I don't know, grayish kind of look. And it has problems 1 through 46 on them, or 11 through 46, excuse me. We're going to do 11 through 22 today on here. And if we have to, we'll do another set. Okay? So, first part is we have to find out what the yearly base premium is. If you remember, that is like we did on 1 through 4. Okay? So, yearly base premium based on the liability. Okay, so you're going to do 2 yearly based premiums, one with the liability, and then you're going to do one when you add the collision, and then, oh, never mind. Okay, my fault. Here's how we do it. First, we find out what the liability is. If you recall, you have to flip back to page 175. The first 2 numbers deal with bodily injury, right? The 2550. If you look on page 175 up there in the top box where it says liability insurance and bodily injury, and you find 2550, and you see that yearly based premium, okay? That's the answer to number 11. And it was $144.50. Okay? That easy. Okay, a lot of this is not going to be adding for these problems, it's just filling out. All right? Then they want you to find the yearly base premium for a collision. Well, you go over to the 175 again and look at the collision based premium and comprehensive down there at the bottom. Find the deductible at 100, and that number is, Hunter, what do you see? On 175, $100 deductible for collision would be what?
Hang on, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick.
Okay, don't take your computer with you.
I won't.
Hunter, what's $100 deductible on collision? Do you know that?
Deductible.
Then slide over from the $100 deductible and go under the collision. What does it say?
For mine, it says 183.42.
That's correct. So that would be the answer for number 12. 183.42. Okay? Pretty simple. Now we go to the comprehensive deductible, and they want a $50 comprehensive deductible. Claire, can you tell us what the number for that would be?
It'd be $72.65.
Yep. Okay, so we got the first 3 answers. Pretty simple, right? I look at the chart, I fill in the correct dollar amount, right? For each one of those problems, you're going to do that with, okay? All the way down. Now, total base premium. What do you think they want us to do there? What did we do after we found all these numbers last time?
Well,
Yes.
we added.
Yes. So they want us to add 11, 12, and 13. Everybody get your calculator out and add the numbers 11, 12, and 13.
And never mind. I found it. 7265.
So we're, Matt, these are the answers to 11, 12, 13, and we're adding them together. Anybody get that done?
Yep.
Yep.
What do you think?
Yep.
That's what Matt got. Okay, Hunter? So there's our answer to 14. Okay? So 14, the answer will be adding the first three together. Okay, now we do the second part and find the rating factor. Okay, so in my video yesterday, I talked about rating factors. Okay, and they're based on a bunch of different things when you go to do automobile insurance. Okay, so like let's say that Hunter is gonna sometime this year or this summer get his learner's permit, or maybe you already have it. You already took the test, and he's got hours to build up. But eventually, he's going to get an actual license, and then he has to be insured. So then they go over and we figure out how much of a risk you are, Hunter. So they put into a lot of different factors. All right. And so to figure out how risky it is to let you drive. So, like I said before, yesterday, one of the big things that they look at more so than if you've taken driver's education or anything like that, they look at your grades. Okay. And if you have good grades, they tend to say, okay, this kid's got good grades. We're going to give them a better insurance, or a lower insurance rate, lower risk factor, because tendencies for statistics is if you have good grades, then you're more likely to drive safer. That's what they found out. Kids who have good grades drive safer. They've done a lot of statistics on that. So that's what they go by. Okay, so that's why it's important to get good grades in school. You have to pay lower insurance on your car. Okay, I even had to do that for my kids when they even went away to college. We had to send in their college grades so that we could keep their risk factor a little bit lower, and we wouldn't have to pay as much for the car insurance. Okay, so that's what the rating factor is all about. That's that column where 15, 21, 27, 30, 30, 39. So we do that, and we look at the one on page 176, that green box with all the things in there. So let's see. If you look over where it says driver, it says he's a male, 18, and owns car. So that means he's going to be the only driver. So if we did that, can anybody tell me what the rating factor is off of that table over there on the left? Matt, are you paying attention? Are you looking? Okay. So which set of pink lines are we going to use? The left, the middle, or the right?
It's the left one.
The left one. You're right, Hunter, because he's an unmarried male and he's not over 30 years old. Okay. Next, we got to find his age. Notice that each one of those little bars on the bar graph have a number inside of them. That tells us the age. And it said 18. So what's the number beside the 18?
$3.40.
3.4, right. So that's our rating factor. So that's what goes on number 15. 340. Okay? So there's 15. Now, the last thing we do is we take 14 and multiply it times 15 to find out our total premium. So you take your total base premium and multiply it times the factor risk, and then we get the total premium that we have to pay for the year. Okay? So 457 times 3.40. And then we ought to round it to the nearest cent because it needs rounding. Chime in when you get the answer.
I got 1,361.94.
9.4, round it up. Good job, Matt.
1,000. Oh no, yeah. 1,361. No, yeah. 61.94.
Correct. Okay. And if you'd like to, it would help me out if you went back through on all your answers and added a dollar sign, except for the rating factor. The rating factor really isn't a dollar sign. Okay. My 6 looks kind of wonky on the answer down here. I'll fix it. Okay. Did everybody follow along how to do those? We're going to go through another set of these. Okay. I'm going to give you guys about 2 minutes. I want you to try to figure out what the first 3 answers are. I'll give you less. I'll give you a minute. Figure out what the first 3 answers are for 17, 18, and 19. There's no adding involved there. You just have to find the answers. Okay? So you put down 17, 18, 19. In a minute, we'll talk about it. All right, everybody go. Okay. I have to admit, I did something wrong in the first section, and I just caught it, and I apologize. We're going to have to redo the first ones again, a little bit. Okay, just a couple answers we have to change. Okay. We're waiting on Matt. He kind of froze. There, he's back. Okay. So one thing that I forgot to talk about, and I started off doing really good, but I messed up, was the fact that we have bodily insurance, we have the bodily liability, and then we have the property damage. And on number one, I forgot to include the property damage. My fault. I'm sorry. I messed that up. So we need to look back at number 11 again and refigure that one. Okay? So everybody look at number 11 again. I apologize. Okay? Because what you got is you got 144.50 for the bodily damage, but there's an other slash. There's that other 25, which goes for the car or the property damage that happens. So I have to look back at that table again and see where it says property damage and go over and find that number. And then for the first one, like 11, 17, 23, 29, 35, and 40, 41, you have to add these two numbers, okay, for that answer. So it's 144 plus 7860. I'm going to redo that on my calculator real quick. 144 plus 78, 144.50 plus 78.60. And so my answer for number 11 should have been $223.10. All right, Matt, you can still hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Did that make it a lot better?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, like I said, $223.10 for number 11. Okay. Now, we have to redo 14 and we have to redo 16 because we changed number 11. So, 14, we now have to re-add 11, 12, and 13. So everybody do that really quickly. Re-add 11, 12, and 13. So 223.1 plus 183.42 plus 72.65. My answer was 475 or 479 and 17 cents. Everybody got that one?
I'll write it down.
So that should have been our answer to number 14. Then, as we recall, after you get this and find the factor, the rating factor, you multiply 14 times 15. Okay? So take that 479.17 times the rating factor. This situation, it's 3.4. And once again, you're going to have to round your cents. But here's what I got for number 16. $1,629.18. Okay? All right, now that I've rehashed those problems, let's go back to 17, 18, and 19. Questions before I move on?
So 17, okay, yeah, I go to do on 17, 18, and 19.
Okay, so on 17, you may have found that first number, 176.80. That would have been based on the 100/300 on the bodily injury deductible. And then you had to find the property damage, right? So on each one of those first ones, you have to find bodily and property and add them together. So the property was, according to what they wanted to do, they wanted to take the $100 amount, which would have made, and I think Mr. Lindblad put the wrong number up there. No, yeah, he did. Okay, so 189 was not the right number for property damage. It should have been 103 and 45 cents. Okay, so I got to add those two numbers. 103 to 176.80. 103.45. So 176.8 plus 103.45. Can I get a shout out? Somebody tell me what they got for that.
Oh, which one are we on?
We are number 17.
Okay.
Did you have an answer, Matt?
$279.45.
Something went wrong there. Let me double check my number. 176.80 plus 103.45. I had to change my second number because I put the wrong one down.
280.25.
Yes, 280.25. So the answer to number 17 would be $280.25. Okay. Now, when I went looking, 18 had a collision deductible of $50. So I flipped over $50, and I must, golly, wonder where I got my numbers at, because these are wrong. Okay, so a $50 collision deductible would have been $197.38 for number 18. Okay. Comprehensive deductible for $100 would have been $56.90. Now, number 20. How do we find that answer? Somebody tell me how we find the answer to number 20.
We add.
What do we add?
We add. Oh wait. 20. Okay. We add. The property damage plus the property damage.
Yeah, we add the answers to number 17, number 18, and number 19
Yeah.
to get the answer for 20.
Mhm.
So the first three answers get added to give me the answer for 20. So 280.25 plus 197.38 plus 56.90. Okay. And we enter in that number right there. 534.53 is what I got. Now, moving on, and we're running out of time here. Find the rating factor. Okay, look at the driver. Female, 17. What's our rating factor for a female at the age of 17?
1.85.
So that's what the answer to number 21 is. Good job, Claire. Last, number 22, how do we find that answer? The way we find that answer is we take the answer to 20, okay, and multiply it to 21. So 534.53. If you kept your calculator open, it should be right there. If you didn't clear it, and then multiply times 1.85. And then your answer will have to be rounded to the nearest cent. My answer I got was $988.88. Okay, so recapping what we did. The first one, like 11, 17, 23, 29, you're going to have to add two numbers to get the yearly base premium for the liability part. 12 and 13 or 18 and 19, that column for collision and comprehensive deductibles, you have to look on the chart and put the correct number in. Then you add those three to get the next answer, the one where it has the yearly base premium column, or excuse me, the total base premium column. The next column is the risk rating factor. You look up on page 176 and find the rating factor based on what driver is driving the car. And then to find the last answer, the last column over total premium, multiply the base premium, total base premium column times the rating factor. And that'll give you the total premium for the year. All right, do we have extra needs for clarification or comments at this time?
So you wanted us just to do 11 to 22?
No, we practiced and gave you the answers 11 to 22. I want you to do 23 through 46.
Okay.
There's only about 3 different math problems for each row that you have to do. Okay, the rest of it is looking up the information and putting it in the correct spot. Okay, once again, I will take this video, upload it onto my computer, and then share it with you in your Google Drive. Okay, so you need to go into your Google Drive to find it. It'll come as what's called an MP4 player video. Okay, that's what you'll look for. You'll look for an MP4 file in your Google Drive. I'll make sure I try to label it so you know what it is. Okay? All right. I will put another video up tomorrow for tomorrow's lesson, okay?
Okay.
All right. Well, I have to tell you, this is it. This is the end. We're already over time, about 7 minutes. So we're running out of our time here, okay? If you have further questions, feel free to go ahead and email me. I'll see if I can explain it through typing to you a little bit if you need. Okay?
What?
All right. If there's nothing else, I'm going to tell you goodbye. Make sure you're trying to get stuff done and hand it in, okay? Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.